of a productive kind for the future. The government relies on great public works programs as the answer. Let us make it clear that we also, knowing the vital importance of full employment, will use public works to the full. But unless there are powers of direction of labour, how can a manual job at a country waterworks, so suited to many men, be the answer to the loss of his job by a clerk or shop assistant at Balmain? If full employment is to be the means of achieving a progressive but secure life for a man and wife and children in their home, it can't be left to depend entirely upon public works. Its best foundation is in the prosperity of the business undertaking in which the man works. A real full employment policy is completely interlocked with policies for the stabilization and development of the primary industries, housing in the country as well as in the towns, improved transport, the securing of migrants experienced in farming methods, the maintenance of supplies of coal and other basic materials, the increase of production by adequate material incentives, the reduction of costs by greater efficiency on the part of both employers and employees. In the long run, and not very long at that, increased production will mean competition among sellers and therefore lower prices. Greater turnover will mean reduced costs. A resolute reduction in the burdens of government and with it in the rates of tax will mean reduced costs of production. In brief, sir, higher production will mean lower costs, and lower costs will enable us to enter and secure overseas markets which are not now supplied by us because we're not producing the goods. We will attack all these problems with vigor and imagination. Socialism, by placing its emphasis on state control, state management, the growth of departments, the notion that security is independent of individual effort, actually discourages production. If it's allowed to continue, the shortages of goods will mean a rising spiral of prices and wages and costs, which will not only disqualify us from markets abroad, but will render savings impossible, discourage the investment of capital in new ventures, operate ruinously against salaried people and those on fixed incomes, and so lead to social and industrial disaster. The socialists, so far from protecting you against depression, are pursuing policies which, if allowed to go on, will inevitably produce one. The industrial problem is crucial. The highest production and living standards can't be achieved without a new and human spirit in the industrial world. No industry can succeed without the cooperation of capital, management, and labor. Each must be encouraged. Each must be fairly rewarded. Between the three, there must be mutual understanding and respect. Unless employees are energetic and contented, no business can succeed for long. No sensible employee wants the business that employs him to be unprofitable. Yet unhappily, too many employers wash their hands of their employees as human beings, as if the strict performance of their legal duties would suffice. And too many employees have swallowed the pernicious propaganda of the class war, with the result that it's not uncommonly believed that the success of the boss must mean the failure of the man who works for him. We believe that these obsolete ideas must be rooted out of our minds. The days when labor was a commodity to be bought and sold have gone forever. We shall either get to realize that the industrial problem is a human problem, requiring immense human understanding and a genuinely cooperative spirit, or our civilization will crash to ruins, its production down,